Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today is September 6th and we will be discussing WWE Monday Night Raw that took place at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. WWE opened up with the OTC Roman Reigns making his way to the ring, and everyone was screaming for Roman Reigns. He put the finger up and he said, "Everyone, acknowledge me." He talked about how he is back and he wants to get some revenge on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and even Paul Heyman himself, which made Paul Heyman come out and say, "Roman Reigns, stop talking, buddy, because this Saturday in Perth, you are going to have a match against who? That's right, Big Bronson Reed, and you will be getting a nice dose of tsunamis." Roman Reigns is like, "Dog, I can beat this dude whenever, wherever you want. I don't gotta wait till Saturday." But Paul Heyman held him back and said, no, because this is going to be a special fight at the Perth event, which I don't want to say the name because I'll probably fuck it up. And it will be an Australian street fight. No whole bars, people. Lazy booking. And then Roman Reigns proceeded to call them bitches, and that was the end of the segment. Now in the back, we had Asuka, who was screaming at Adam Pearce to make a match tonight. Io Sky versus Kairi Sane, even though they got a tag team match on Saturday against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Kairi Sane came in and was like, "Asuka, what's going on here?" And Asuka's like, "You got a match against Io Sky." Kairi Sane's like, no, I don't want to do that. Smack against the face. Asuka said, "You will do it!" And we will find out later if they actually do it. We get to the ring, and last week, as you know, there was a little scuffle between Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch, which led to the match I'm going to talk about now. And let me tell you about it. Becky Lynch lost. She got counted out. It could have been a referee fast count because Becky Lynch was getting in her face and was being quite a little shithead, so that could have happened. But this was probably Maxine Dupree's best match that she's had in WWE. She had a lot of close calls. People were like, what the fuck? Is she actually going to beat Becky Lynch? There was a lot of 2.9 second counts. Becky Lynch was getting up. She was cheating using the ropes. Guess what? Maxine Dupree did the same shit. I cannot believe that they gave the win to Maxine Dupree. But hey, look. Let's get a new story started for Becky Lynch. I'm going with it. Maxine Dupree, I'm going to say, you are going to get an up. That's right. You are getting an up. All right. So now let's talk about Lara Valkyria with Bayley versus Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez. They are the Judgment Day. Now, Lara Valkyria and Bayley have been getting along. And I would say that maybe at the end of this match, I don't know so much. But of course, this was a very good match. Lara Valkyria has a lot of good chemistry with Roxanne Perez. They're very short ladies. They're able to get their moves on each other. Roxanne Perez picked up the victory with the Pop Rocks after a distraction by Raquel Rodriguez. And, Bayley tried to help out Lara Valkyrie by attacking Raquel Rodriguez, but it didn't work out. And after the match, Lara Valkyria was injured and shit, she was holding her arm, and Bayley grabbed her and pulled her into the back end and was like, "Yo, what the fuck? We need to fix this shit. Let's go. We got to talk about stuff." It's just furthering Bayley's psychotic breakdown and all that other good shit. CM Punk made his triumphant return to Monday Night Raw. He came out there and he said, "Hey, it's great to be back in Dallas, Texas, and I got a few things I want to talk about. I told Cody Rhodes that I am not going to get in his way with Seth Rollins until after Clash of Champions. Hopefully that's what it's called. And, he is next in line to face Seth Rollins." Well, that didn't hold too well for LA Knight, who came out and said, No. You are not in line to face Seth Rollins. I'm the last person to pin him. This other shit, this, that, and the other thing. And CM Punk's laughing and making jokes about him. It's just really funny. And he's like, you never became a champion, all this other stuff. Well, Yeet Boy Jey Uso decided to come on down and be like, "Yo, I don't like this shit. I should be next in line. LA Knight, you're a chump." He gave LA Knight a super kick. CM Punk's like, "All right, well, I guess we're so cool. You haven't kicked me yet." Out came Jimmy. Of course, there was a scuffle between Jay and Punk. Jimmy got in the way. Jimmy got pushed by CM Punk. Punk, of course, got kicked by Jimmy in the end, and it led to a tag team match at the end of the night that I'm not discussing now. But throughout the night, there was little seeds of Roman Reigns talking to Jey Uso, being like, yo, you need to do your own thing. You need to, like, push your brother out of the way. You should go solo. And Jay's like to Roman Reigns, don't fucking get in his head, bro. Like, leave him the fuck alone. He don't gotta be like you. He isn't you. Let him be. And Roman Reigns is like, he ain't a loser like you, bro. He didn't call him a loser, but he's like, yo, you ain't a champ. You don't know what it's like. So planting the seeds, could it be another reunion of the fucking OTC and everybody like that? After the next thing that we saw, Rollins is in the back talking to Paul Heyman, being like, look, what happens if I don't beat Cody Rhodes at Clash of Champions? Paul Heyman's like, what do you mean? You're going to win. You're going to win. You know, he was getting riled up. Seth Rollins is like, listen, Paul, you tell me what is going to happen. And he's like, you know, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are going to lose respect for you, and your vision's going to kind of fizzle out. And he's like, what about you, Paul? And Paul goes, I'm going to have to rethink stuff too. Did I make the right choice going with you when I could have chose Roman Reigns? You know what? I'm expecting Brock Lesnar to save Seth Rollins on Saturday. Lead to a program with Seth Rollins, you know, later, or maybe Brock Lesnar, and maybe get into a nice program with Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, even though they're on different programs. I know, folks, they are on different programs. Now, we need to talk about Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. This was a very great match. I like the match. Maybe a lot of people don't like it. I need a drink of water, folks. I apologize. I'm talking way too fast, and I had a lot of food for dinner. Anyway, we had Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. Like I said, the match was great. Some interference by Asuka in the end. Kairi Sane got a pin, which was assisted by Asuka pulling on her legs, and Kairi Sane lost the match. And after the match, Kairi Sane got an insane elbow on Io Sky to end the match, or to end the segment. I'm going to give this a match I already fumbled around with it, so I'm not going to get too much into it. And yeah, no Rhea Ripley. She's already in Australia and shit like that, so Io Sky was on her own. The next match was a 6-man tag team match. AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, and Penta versus Judgment Day. JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. I'm not going to get too much in this match. It was a pretty good offensive match on both sides. There was a lot of high-flying moves. Go watch it. I'm going to give this an And the main thing to note is that at the end of the match, Rusev came down to the ring, chased Dominic around. Dominic moved. Penta accidentally hit Rusev. Dominic ran through the crowd, giving AJ Styles the opportunity to hit the Styles Clash on JD McDonough and pick up the victory. After the match, AJ got on the mic and said, this Saturday, me and John Cena are gonna tear the place apart. Yeah. And then finally, we get to our last match, which is the Usos versus CM Punk and LA Knight. And look, I'm going to say this is just like every other tag team match that they've had together. It's not too exciting. It's a little boring and a lot of super kicks. At the end, CM Punk got the GTS on Jay. LA Knight tagged himself in and pulled the victory for himself and curled him up 1, 2, 3. Stole the win from CM Punk, kind of, since they're on the same team, just to further drill in that he is next in line against Seth Rollins. Like I said, this match is going to get an because CM Punk is the man. And my name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time. We're going to more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.